Hey guys, I'm Blake. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience that I've had here in Barcelona volunteering at a school called Escola Rafael Alberti. It's located in Barcelona, which is pretty far out of the center of Barcelona. The area I'm in, the school is underprivileged. It's not as wealthy as the area that I live in with my family. It's it looks similar to La but it's a little bit different. Um, So some of the things I do are pretty much I volunteer once a week, for 1 hour, and I go in and I just aid the teacher with any activities she needs help with, or anything they're doing. I'm just kind of there. And anytime there's a reading, I read because for them it's so nice to have a native English speaker that's pronouncing every word correctly. So I'm pretty much just there, and I help them engage. I get the kids to speak English when otherwise they don't really have any like motivation to. So it's really nice. Some of the things we do like reading activities, writing activities, listening activities, speaking activities. So, in a second, I'll show you guys a clip of one of the speaking activities we did. But pretty much it was working on pronunciation. So, the kids I have are 10 and 11-year-olds. They're at the highest level of that school. Like, after this, they switch schools. Um, so, pretty much they just listen to a recording and there's someone speaking a word in English, and then they repeat it back, and then they repeat the word for a second time, and then they repeat it back again. So, and then they move on to the next word. So you'll see that here, okay?
What is a takeaway?
A takeaway is food that you order from a restaurant and then you go pick it up. Para llevar. A Sunday roast.
Recipe.
Yorkshire pudding.
So in that video, you probably saw how unorganized the classroom seems to be. And it is, but it's not really anything bad. It's just the way they run their class. It's nice. It's a nice change. It's refreshing. So yeah, so going from there, I'll go lead into a story. This is kind of funny. It's something that happened, I think, 2 weeks ago. Um, Usually whenever I first get to class, at the first 10, 15 minutes, I go around and ask each student one question, just to warm them up, get them used to talking in English again, and it really helps them just engage. So I got to this girl, and she was wearing a shirt that was covered in marijuana leaves. And so I was like, my question to her was, why did you choose to wear that shirt today? And then she kind of like, she didn't answer right away. And then the teacher came and was like, oh, yeah, what color is your shirt? And she misunderstood the question I said. So after the student was like, oh, it's green, I asked her again, what's on your shirt? And she was like, oh, it's marijuana. And she stood up all proud, and like I kind of like was just laughing, like expecting the teacher to like say something like apologetic to me, but like the teacher didn't like really give it a second look. So it's kind of that's something that I learned, like what's accepted as appropriate here in public schools is a lot more than what's accepted in the United States. Like the social pressures between right and wrong are so different, and it's refreshing that it's a lot more relaxed here. So going from there, um, the three things I've learned most I would talk about myself, and then the school system and my program, and then Spain in general. For myself, it would be that I really enjoy teaching English. I think I might pursue this further, at least to have as an option in the future, but not just English, but the children. I've always loved working with kids, and it's been really nice to be able to do this because they're so appreciative. And that goes into the next thing. Like it doesn't take much, like because they're underprivileged, or I don't want to say underprivileged, but they just have less money. They're so appreciative of everything. The littlest thing that I do, and it could be nothing to me. They're just so happy, so appreciative. It's really nice. And the last thing about Spain is, especially here in Barcelona, it's difficult for them, some of them, to get a consistent education. For example, because there's so many of them are from different countries. And for example, this one girl from Chile, she had to go back for 2 years, like 2 years ago. And when she went back to Chile, she started at a different level of education. It wasn't continuing. And then when she came back, it was the same exact thing. So like it was just like 2 years of just an intersection where she was learning out of order, and they kind of really messed her up. So I feel bad, but it's something they have to deal with, and it could be improved on. So it's yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. That's my video. I'm done now. I'll see you guys later.